Okay, so I'm doing a smaller but longer video, about 14 minutes. I see 14:44 on the clock. So for me, that's like somebody taking the lead over their home based operations, and they end up having two places to live. This is kind of how the planets are right now. The way you see these cards set up is kind of how the planets are evolved around the earth. I put these energies here because it's kind of like they're not inseparable of one another, uh because they're ruled by the same house, but there's nothing going on in their house planetary wise. So I matched them with the appropriate energetic house. So from the looks of it, Pluto is in the house of Capricorn, but Capricorn is in the house of Aquarius. So there's like work victory, there's career reputation and prestige victory that's happening right now. But somebody got stung. So it's like, Scorpio sting. So somebody got stung in the back when it came to their career reputation and prestige. And then you have this collective over here of parents that's about to lose because somebody decide to take the lead. But there's also Cancerian energy is also about like mother energy who's messing with the minds of children who want to take the lead in a new direction over their life. Their relationships can't seem to work out, but they're trying to move towards money, and every time they try to communicate, it's like they're being wounded as they try to communicate the way in which they want to move forward. They It's like a whole collective of people do not is taking the lead to stop a collective of making money in a different way that they're used to making money. So justice has to be served in the situation, because victory has to be served, because this new way of life, this new way of living, this new standard that this new collective of parents and mothers are going towards actually serves their highest good. It actually helps them overcome their issues surrounding their health, surrounding their physical well-being. There, people are taking notice to the fact that people are moving away from toxic relationships, and they're noticing how these people are becoming better physically. So when it comes to communication, when it comes to communication is solely about the children. Somebody solely focuses on the children when they communicate. Like, it's not when it comes to overcoming obstacles, like they have no obstacles. The only obstacles are the children. So focusing on trying to get somebody to focus on anything like outside of the victory that they're going towards is kind of next to impossible, because they only see a victory when working with children. But there's there everyone who decides to work with children is being stabbed in the back. It's being stabbed in the back. They have to share their victories with those who are pretending to be helping them gain this victory. But the people that they are going to for help when the finances are stealing their victories and canceling out the relationships. So it's just like they halfway make it to their victory, and then their victory gets taken away, and now they have to go through all these emotional outcomes to try and restart to get a new victory. It's like a whole bunch of cock blocking going on pretty much. But that has that the cock blocking is coming to an end because people are realizing who the cock blockers are in their lives, and they're using that time to meditate and focus in on these particular energies, because the energy does not die, it just gets transferred. So if you do not overcome like a specific type of relationship. You're going to keep running into people who are in that energy, so that you understand what it is about yourself that attracts these types of people and keep them attached to you. Okay? So once people realize their habits and their addictions and their comfort zones, and they're looking back at their life lessons and the things that they went through in life, and they're attributing those factors to people that they've been around. And when they associate the people that they've been around that kept them in toxic patterns, every time they try to come up with a new idea, every time they talked about a new idea, somebody swung them back into a relationship that was toxic. So they wasn't able to get the victory that they were seeking when they were on a clearer path. See, the Most High put us all in a position to clear our path. It was a crisis situation that occurred that allowed us to clear our path. But a lot of us went back to where we thought love remained, and that put us in a situation that was detrimental to our health, almost killed some of us, because we trusted these people that we thought we can go back to for love, for safety, for comfort, when in reality the whole plan was for them to get us back there so that they can receive justice, because they're comfortable in that place. And because you are no longer comfortable in that place, they want you stuck in that uncomfortable place for you, because you make them comfortable staying in a low vibrational toxic pattern. So it comes a point in people's lives where they have to stop being a crutch to people's toxicity and show people that you are better than these addictions. You are better than just getting dressed and going to the club. You are better than just getting dressed to go hang out on the street doing a whole bunch of nothing. There are plenty of things that you can be doing with your time and your energy. There's plenty of people that needs help. There's plenty of children that do not have parents that need companionship. You understand? So while people are focused solely on their children, they're missing out on the fact that, okay, at least they have one. This person has none. So can we help this child that has no parents? Because at least this child has enough adults to run towards for help. You understand? So it's like they're trying to just forget about those who do not have help, hoping that they just die off somewhere. When there's plenty enough space, time, and people available to help those who do not have help. So because somebody is at their lowest point, they don't want these people to gain the necessary help that they need, because they feel like people put themselves in that predicament. But now we're learning that people did not put themselves in that predicament to be poor. People don't put themselves in a predicament to be poor. How can people put themselves in a predicament to be poor when every day they're waking up trying to find a way to live? Poor people don't want to be poor. It's just that every time they try to overcome their obstacles of being poor, somebody puts them right back in a poor condition, in a poor state. What does poverty lead to? Anger. It leads to anger. It leads to destruction. It leads to people going to their breaking point and sabotaging everybody, because everybody's sabotaging them. So how can some people in this world lives just be balanced and full of joy and greatness, while other people have to suffer? And people find it funny that other people are suffering. They find joy in watching other people suffer. They find joy in watching other people have to depend on them. They find joy in watching people go through hard times and coming back and begging them for a little bit of help. Those people that have to keep running back begging to you for help will kill you and take all of you got, just so that they will stop having to come back to you asking you for help that you're not even giving them. That's a recipe to get killed. Because it comes a time when people are willing to stand up for themselves. It comes a time when people know they have a way out of poverty, and they will kill the person in the way of them being able to come out of poverty. Now, will they get in trouble or not? How would anybody know? If they're already forgotten about, how would anybody know that they did it? How would they know that they killed their enemy off? When everybody left them right there in the hands of their enemy, if they just happen to kill who they feel is blocking them, how would anybody know? When everybody thought it was a joke to send this person there to be a blockage. But some people have a stronger will than others. Some people can sit through the torment until the person gives up. And some people choose to walk away from the torment and forces people to give up. So now there's dynamics of people who's witnessing people take the lead in cutting out relationships with mothers and parents and lovers and all type of things and comfort zones. They're cutting out these toxic relationships that they were comfortable with, because that is their justice. They don't care about the money, the fortune, or fame. Being able to cut out toxic people is their justice. Just being away from people that does not serve their highest good, is not helping them elevate in life, is their justice. They're totally satisfied with just that. Money cannot satisfy freedom. Being able to free yourself from a toxic situation outweighs having a dime in your pocket, because you know that at least you can communicate, because your mind is clear enough for you to get a victory, to creatively come up with something new that would allow you to make money. So if you walk away from toxic people, toxic neighborhoods, toxic patterns, you will walk right into a new victory that will allow you to be creative enough to come up with a new way to make money, because you're able to express that, to someone who actually cares, and to someone who will actually help you overcome these obstacles.